This tutorial will detail features and functionality of the patient information screen. This area of the system is one of the most versatile and powerful user interfaces within the Redpine system. Managing an individual patient, from entering them into the system through patient statement creation, adding documents to a digital file, etc., can all be viewed from a central location. The learning objectives for this tutorial are primarily to understand and use all subtabs in the patient information screen, and to learn how to easily check the patient for data errors and omissions with a single click. This screen will certainly allow you to work outside of the standard process, which sometimes needs to be done. In a small percentage of instances, you may need to dig in and deviate from the standard processes, or make changes to a patient's record on a case-by-case basis. The patient care screen is designed specifically to make this kind of investigation not only possible, but quick and easy. The patient information screen can be accessed from a multitude of locations. Basically, any place in which you would reasonably expect to be able to access the patient, you can. A few examples are: from the patient search box, click on the Edit button next to their name. From the Claim Manager in the Business tab, search for the patient, and simply click on the patient's name. From reports like the AR Aging Report, click on the patient's name. And also from the Patient Care tab, the practitioner has easy, one-click access as well. Let's go ahead and click the button. As previously stated, we have complete visibility on a patient and all of their information from this area in the system. Let's go through the features and functionality one at a time. The first subtab within the patient information screen is Personal Information, which allows you to view or edit the patient's personal information. All of the areas within the Personal Information subtab have an Edit button next to them. Simply click on the Edit button next to the item you want to append, and the data will then be updatable. When entering additional contact info, click on the blue arrow to expand. Click on the green plus button to add an unlimited number of employees, spouses, parent guardians, emergency contacts, and attorneys. Click on the picture icon to upload a photo of the patient. You simply take a picture of the patient, save it to somewhere on your hard drive. We recommend a low resolution image for faster downloading. Browse for and upload that image file directly into the system, and the photograph will be displayed wherever you see the patient in the system. You can modify and/or add multiple addresses, phone numbers, and email addresses. Click on the Edit button. If you have more than one address, for example, select the primary. The system will use this data when populating items such as callback work lists and automatically emailing invoices, if selected to do so. If you would like to have a text message sent to the patient's cell phone automatically to remind them of all their appointments, select the Edit icon next to the patient's cell phone. Check the box next to the Text Messages on Carrier. Then select the patient's cell phone service carrier. Yes, you will need to start gathering that information in order for you to use this feature. And yes, this is free for the practice. We have provided this service at no additional cost to Redpine members. You can also have an email notification automatically sent to the patient's email address to remind them of their appointments. Simply add the email address or edit the existing one here. Simply check the box and an email will automatically be sent to the patient's inbox at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, the day before their appointment. This will give the patient plenty of time to call with any required changes. The same timeline applies to the text messages as well. Click on the Patient Information Edit button to add or modify the patient's gender, birth date, marital status, driver's license number, social security number, mother's maiden name, and signature date. The driver's license number, social security number, and mother's maiden name are all optional fields. The signature date is the one that will be listed on the claims for this individual. This is the date that they signed the documents that allows you to submit claims to their payer. The Document Receipt Preferences allows you to set, as a default, the way in which this patient prefers to receive invoices. You can always choose to email an invoice manually, but this gives you the ability to automate that function, thus creating efficiencies. The Patient Referral section allows you to document the referring source for this patient. This could be an individual or marketing method. You could, for example, document TV as the source and spot number 3 as the name. This allows you to better evaluate your marketing efforts. If you are a solo practitioner, you will most likely not use this feature. For practices with multiple practitioners, this feature allows you to note the primary practitioner by type, DC, PT, or MT, and who the primary is exactly. This selection will be displayed when your staff is using the scheduling portion of the system. You can always schedule a patient with any practitioner. This simply lets your staff know who generally sees that patient. Also, a section for personal information notes is available here. The Episodes and Encounters tab located within the patient information screen contains all of the episodes, visits, encounters, and printable chart notes for the particular patient. The specific details about episodes are covered in a separate tutorial. This is where the office staff enters in the episode for the practitioner to use when documenting patient encounters. All of a patient's visits and encounters are listed in chronological order here, along with the accompanying chart note, which can be viewed and printed to be sent along with particular claims, for example. For a quick summary of the charges for a particular visit, select this icon, and a separate browser tab will open to display that information, which can be printed. Use the calendar tool to redate the visit, and the encounter and date of service will automatically get changed as well. You can also go back and edit the encounter documentation from this screen by simply clicking on this icon next to the particular date of service. To view and/or print the chart note for a specific date of service, simply click this icon next to the corresponding encounter service date, and the chart note in SOAP format will pop in a separate browser tab. Use the Additional Information button to attach information directly to the specific date of service, such as attach letters, reports, or even scan in photos of the injury. Use the Insurance tab to manage a patient's insurance information, including multiple payers and a corresponding statement of benefits. A separate tutorial that details all aspects of how to enter, use, and modify insurance information within the system will need to be viewed to fully utilize this tab. View a patient's HCFAs and claim status from this sub-tab. To fully work a claim, use the Claim Manager in the Business tab. However, this tab is handy when investigating a specific patient's case in combination with other patient information details. Create and process invoices, payments, and patient statements from this tab. The specific details are covered in separate tutorials on the specific subjects. Create and manage individual callback items that will be worked from the Business tab in the Callback work list. This functionality is covered in a separate tutorial. Attach and manage documents of all types. Word, PDF, TIFF, JPEG files, for example, can be uploaded and sorted within this patient. Select the New Document link to add a new document. Add a title and file description to make it easier to locate your document later. Browse for and save the file you wish to upload. The system allows you to place notes in several different places on a patient record. This area has been provided for those practices that need a simple, general place for non-specific notes for the overall patient record. Finally, the last thing you should do before considering a patient record complete is to validate the patient for errors that could affect claim submission. Fix the errors and recheck. Note, if this is a non-insurance covered patient, a cash patient, all you really need is a name, but you'll most likely want additional information for other patient management tasks.